Number 6 is a series problem. Let's look at part A. Use the ratio test to find the interval convergence. Ratio test, and go to infinity. An plus 1 divided by an equals. So we plug in n equals n plus 1. Negative 1 to the n can be ignored because we have an absolute value. Let's simplify a little bit. 2n plus 1 over 2n plus 3 x squared. As n go to infinity, this part goes to 1, so it's x squared. So they should be less than 1, so x is between negative 1 and 1. Now we have to check the boundaries. When x equals negative 1, the sigma notation here, we plug negative 1 in, so it's negative 1 to the 3n plus 1 over 2n plus 1. It's still alternating series. Based on the alternating series test, this will be converges. When x equals 1, we plug 1 in. It's negative 1 to the n over 2n plus 1. Same thing, based on alternating series test, it converges. The interval convergence will be closed interval negative 1 to 1. Let's look at B. Show that f 1/2 minus 1/2. This is our real value. This should be the approximation. So that means when we approximate x equals 1/2, okay, if our approximation is 1/2, the error should be less than 1 over 10. If you look at our function here, the series here, in order to get our approximation 1/2, we are using fx equals x, which is the first, we use only the first term. But because it's alternate series, the error bound is given by the next term, which is x cubed over 3 absolute value. X equals here, 1/2, which is 1 over 24. It's less than 1 over 10. Okay, part C. First, for the non-zero terms of the f prime, so we take the derivative, which will be 1 minus x squared plus x to the 4th minus x to the 6th. The general term. So the general term, when we take the derivative of this term, give us negative 1 to the n times x to the 2n. Let's look at D. Use the result from C, find f prime 1 over 6. If we plug 1 over 6 in, give us 1 minus 1 over 6 squared plus 1 over 6 to the 4th minus 1 over 6 to the 6th, dot, dot, dot. And we realize it's a geometric series with common ratio r equals negative 1 over 36. Absolute value of r is less than 1, so the series will converge to a1 over 1 minus r, which is 1 over 1 minus negative 1 over 36, which is 36 over 37.